Hello gamers, it's your boy Jeff Leach here of Jeff Leach Gaming on Facebook. Also, Ghost from Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Also, subject of a little bit of drama, unfortunately, over the last week or so. I'm in this video, it's going to be completely different to all the other videos we've uploaded to the channel. This is a video that will, I hope, serve as a bit of an explanation of what's been happening over the last week, give you guys a little bit more information, hopefully provide some facts and figures that you may not previously have been aware of, and also hopefully put a button and call an end to what's been going on between myself and another streamer by the name of Nitrolukedx'S, who is also a Facebook partner on Facebook Gaming. So first of all, I should give you a little bit of a backstory to what my engagement with Luke has been up to this point and exactly how we engage with each other and what's been happening since then. And then I'm going to go into some facts and figures that I think you're going to find very interesting about his charity, donations, and his business operations. First of all, Luke and I met like I have met so many other Facebook gaming creators through the fact that I've been fortunate enough to take on the role of Ghost in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, a Ghost role that I absolutely adore. It's brought me a whole new fan base, many of which you are part of. It's also allowed me the opportunity to play a game with a kind of religious attitude, 6 to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and hopefully progress. Even though I was a complete new bot 8 months ago, I've now got to a place where I'm clapping cheeks, and I'm doing all right in the game and developing every day and trying to become a better player. I am by no means a great player, and I'm working on becoming one. Now, Luke, like many other content creators, reached out to me when they found out that I was on the platform and asked if they would want to play with together, do a collaboration stream. It's quite a commonplace thing. And like most of the other big content creators on the platform who asked me, including Stone Mountain and Z-Laner and people of that nature, I, of course, agreed to do it with Nitrolukedx'S. Seemed like a great entertainer, seemed like a good guy, and he clearly is very talented at playing the video game as well. And he has a huge audience, which in turn will be great for me to build my fan base out as I embarked on this new streaming career on Facebook Gaming. We played together a couple of times, had an awful lot of fun, some enjoyable banter, some back and forth. I felt there was a slight similarity in how Luke is now to how I was over a decade ago. He's 10 years younger than me, 26 years of age. And I felt akin to him in some ways and almost like a big brotherly role. Since that day, Luke has changed the focus of a lot of his content, I feel like. On a daily basis, it seems to be about calling out people he considers to be cheaters or hackers, streamers that he thinks are running scripts or cheating or hacking in the game, etc., etc. And this has become more and more of a focus for him, something that I don't think he's going to deny. And if you look at any of his content on YouTube or on Facebook, you will see that is the case. All of that stuff, I don't really have an issue with. I think we live in an age where sensationalist, drama-based content, both on YouTube and on streaming platforms like Twitch or Facebook, are the norm now. This is how people get views, this is how people get clicks, clickbait content. It's not the kind of content I generally like to make, and I try and keep myself well clear of it because I'm a professional actor and comedian, not a 17-year-old kid making drama clickbait videos. However, if you get caught up in a little something, sometimes it can steamroll, especially during COVID when you're very hyper-focused on one area of entertainment, as I have been for the last 8 months. Sometimes that world can encapsulate you and become your entire world, and you can't see very far outside of that and get caught up, unfortunately, in that drama. Over the last week, I have reached out in different ways to Luke, either on private message on Discord or through Twitter or through just dropping into his stream, because I had seen and heard from a lot of people in the community. Some of them, I'm assured, are trolls who were trying to stir some of this drama online. Some of them are other content creators, big established content creators on the platform. And some of them just my viewers just saying, hey, your boy Luke seems to be losing the plot a little bit and going after everyone. This includes calling out streamers like Z-Laner or Yusuf or Aiden as being hackers or cheaters or possibly running scripts. And also taking part in a tournament with his team where he seemed to, or was apparently insulting other big streamers on the platform who are guilty of doing exactly the same thing. Tfue is on Twitch and has called out plenty of other people. That's their drama, none of my business. I don't really care about it. What happened most recently is that a number of his teammates, including a guy called Zamza, decided to stop playing with Luke. This was his regular squad that he's been playing with for the last few months. a team of 3 people, and himself in the quad games that he plays in Warzone. And they all decided that they didn't want to be part of his content anymore, citing toxicity from Luke as the reason why they left. Again, sad to hear, not very nice for a guy that I think at one point I thought was a decent individual, but also, again, not really my business. However, looking after people and making sure that people are okay and trying to reach out and advise and give the worldly knowledge I have at the ripe old age of 36, having made plenty of mistakes myself in the industry, in entertainment, and even on gaming platforms, including having myself permanently banned on Twitch, which happened because I made a shitty joke on a chat show on the Twitch platform about another streamer, and Twitch decided that I'd broken the terms of service, which, rereading through them, I absolutely had by insulting another streamer, and they removed me from the platform. Fair play, lesson learned, moved on, spent a couple of years doing some work on myself, growing as an individual, maturing, which I probably should have done about 10 years earlier, and now coming back to my content, focusing on the most important things: community, great gaming, and trying to spread a little bit of positivity and love in any way that I can. So, I've made my mistakes in the past, and I was seeing someone that I thought I liked making similar mistakes, calling out other people, and I wondered how long will it be until this catches up with him and his business, his stream, and his own mental health are going to be affected by this. So, I tried to reach out a few times and talk about it. Now, over the last few days, a number of members of his community, who seem to be probably amongst the minority of his God-level community, I think they're definitely the minority, a handful of insidious, toxic little shitbags, decided to start playing Luke and I against each other, coming into my chat and saying, "Oh my God, have you heard Luke's talking about you, man? He's calling you out," and coming to his chat and going, "Oh, Leach is talking about you," and blah, 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 blah. I had dealt with, in one conversation on my stream, very publicly said, listen, let me just say my final thing on what I think of what's going on with Luke and his engagement with other streamers right now on the platform. And I talked through it, and I felt I was pretty balanced in saying that I liked the guy. I thought he was a decent individual. I felt that he wasn't doing anything too bad, but his desire to make this kind of drama content might not work out for him in the long run, and I hope he rethought that. And I just didn't want to see a nice guy get shit on because he decided he wanted to focus all of his attention on that kind of content anymore. He watched that on his stream, responded to it, was pretty cutting about me, actually spent the majority of his responses calling out other streamers again, talking about this situation, that situation, the Tfue situation, the Zamza situation, never really dealing with what I had done, which was go, hey buddy, I'm trying to give you some advice. And all that advice is, ladies and gentlemen, is one individual sharing their own mistakes and what they learn from them to another individual in hopes that they don't repeat those same mistakes. That's all that advice is. Anyway, off the back of that, it seemed that it had become even more of an insidious, toxic attitude towards me. And this culminated in him sending a whole load of his community, some of his trolls, to my community. He certainly saw messages in his chat. His moderators allowed these messages in chat saying the kinds of things like, we're going to go over and like shit talk Jeff. We're going to get stuck in. We're going to start doing this, that, and the other and try and mess with his stream and his business. Now, one thing that I won't do, however much I like someone, if someone comes after me in one or two ways, I will deal with those one or two things. If someone threatens me or the people that I love physically in any way, with any kind of physical threats of violence or harm, I will deal with it down the legal route, going to the police, getting restraining orders, having my lawyer dive into their personal records and making sure that they are terrified to ever do anything to me, because that will all be brought to light and thrust into a court of law, and I will sue them until they can't cry tears hard enough. The other thing that can happen is if people try and mess with my business. I work incredibly hard. I spend a lot of time developing as an entertainer and a performer across a whole different range of spectrums, including stand-up comedy, acting, voice acting, and live broadcasting. And I work really hard for that. I don't want anyone to mess with that, let alone someone who I considered to be friendly in my gaming community, someone that I was showing some genuine care and concern for. And that wasn't going to happen. So, this all culminated in a stream yesterday, at the end of which Luke and I got into a very heated back and forth through Discord messages, typing in each other's chats, his community coming to my community to troll, and absolutely some people who were probably watching me doing the same to him. It wasn't very nice. It was very immature. It was very childish. It was a lot of drama. And I'm frankly incredibly embarrassed about myself at the ripe old age of 36. I clearly haven't learned enough about rising above and moving beyond things like that. For that reason, I removed my comments from that stream. I decided directly after the stream, that was pathetic. We were both pathetic in that situation, and I don't want that on the platform. So I cut off the end of that stream, moved on from it, and have moved on with my life in that sense. However, it has come to light now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not alone in the fact that I am annoyed about what Luke has been doing. There are a number of other big content creators who reached out to me saying, thank you for finally calling Luke out. One of the things I called Luke out about was his relation to charity donations on his stream, which he cites all donations on his stream, all star donations are going directly to charity. In fact, they're going to an initiative he calls Gaming For Autism. And once I did a little bit of digging, some interesting things came to light. I wanted to put these all into a live video. There's a reason I haven't edited this at all. I'm not going to cut. I'm not going to do any trims of any of the video because I want you to see that this is real time happening today, the 15th of December, 2020 at 1:35 p.m. I'm recording this. This will be uploaded afterwards. I wanted to show you that these are all the facts that I have managed to pull in a very simple way from public records online, proving that it seems very suspicious that any of these donations are being given directly to charity, or that all star donations are going towards his Gaming For Autism initiative. So we're going to switch over to another screen where I can pull up some various websites. We're going to do that right now. Here we are. So we're going to start off at the base. This is where we should do it. Nitrolukedx's, gaming video creator on Facebook Gaming. This is his page. Now, just to reiterate, as I said, Nitroluke has made a lot of his content about calling out other streamers. He's called out Z-Laner, he's called out Vicstar, he's called out Yusuf. You can see this right here. Nitroluke, his pinned post, his top video, exposed rich, famous streamers cheating in Call of Duty or maybe aim assist. Want to learn everything to do with hacking? And in this video,
now bear in mind that there is no such thing.
Plays a huge amount of different videos where he shows Vicstar throughout his video playing games. He mentions the streamer. He always references Vicstar as the streamer, probably to avoid any kind of legal situation, I imagine. He talks about the streamer possibly using hacks, reverse boosting. He does this in this video. He mentions at least 2 or 3 people and shows their footage on the stream as well. So this is just to give you an idea of exactly what this kind of content is and how clickbaity he is with his attitude. So this is his page, right? Now, when we explore Nitrolukedx's page, if we switch over and we search some information about his Gaming For Autism initiative, this is the post that comes up. In fact, I searched about star donations. Where do they actually come up? Oh, okay, Stone Mountain's live and so is Phoenix Tay. Great. Where do your star donations actually go? This is not me. This is a post by Nitrolukedx on his own platform showing where do your star donations actually go. April 11th of this year. Older followers may be aware that alongside streaming, I have my own esports shop. This is all factually true. Overworld, which hosts a range of clubs, including my charity for gamers with special educational needs. We call this our E-Able Club. Now, in our little back and forth that we had yesterday, when I called out the fact that Gaming For Autism is not a registered charity, he said, "You're right. It's not a registered charity. Gaming For Autism is part of E-Able Charity, which is an initiative for educational purposes to help people with learning difficulties get a certificate, right? That can further them in future life." All sounds amazing. That sounds like a great initiative, something I would absolutely love to be a part of. I've done an awful lot of stuff with charity myself over the course of my career, and I'm always enthused by seeing content creators line their own pockets so they can buy a fucking house, absolutely. But also help out as many people as you can along the way, give back to charity, give back to the people who view and tune in every single day, and try and help out something that is near and dear to your heart. Now, Luke has talked on his stream a lot about the fact that he suffers from autism. This is something that he has. He seems to be managing it incredibly well. If I were to, as a completely uneducated and with no medical professional experience whatsoever, he seems like he's on the lighter end of the spectrum in terms of his autism, because he's very engaging and very charming and very talented as a broadcaster. And often autism can allow people to display sensitivities, triggers, awkwardness in engagement with other people. And Luke seems to thrive in that world. So good on him for managing his autism in such a wonderful way. And good on him for giving back to a community and a charity initiative that he feels so close to his heart. I, for instance, have done stuff with Equal Justice Initiative, where we raised $31,000 on Stream Live one day. We do our donations direct through Just Giving. We don't do them through Star donations, because I want to make sure that charity gets every single penny of that donation and doesn't have to pay any kind of tax on it. And why would I take money into my own personal account or a business account to then pass on to a charity initiative? That seems like a convoluted way to do it. The simpler way to do it is just set up a Just Giving page. The money goes direct to the charity. Everyone feels great. It's all transparent. It's all very easily decipherable to work out where that money is going and where it's getting spent. Also, as you know, a lot of registered charities, in fact, every registered charity has to turn in their tax returns every year. You can see where the money is going. Is it going on people who work for the charity, taking first-class flights in private jets to fly around the world and give speeches? Or is it going directly to schools and initiatives and after-school clubs and the actual practical applications of what that charity is meant to do? That's why I like to do it through Just Giving, and that's why I always vet my charities in a quite deep fashion before I ever start raising money for any of them. So, if we read through this post here, older followers may be aware that alongside streaming, I have my esports shop, blah, 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 blah. We call this our E-Able Club. There we go, we're up to there. We deal with a variety of special needs, but most commonly autism. Fantastic. Something that I also deal with on a daily basis. There we go. GG's. All stars. Now, so this is important wording, ladies and gentlemen, because this is where I feel that some of his viewers have been misled and that some of what he's professing to do is not completely above board. And this is why I'm asking these questions. This is why I'm presenting this video to you. And hopefully, we might even get some answers from Luke in the future. Who knows? All stars. That means all-star donations on his Facebook gaming channel. Since he has been a professional streamer, all stars are donated to our E-Able charity. E-Able charity. This is another important thing that you guys have to remember. The E-Able charity and All Stars, right? All Stars are donated to our E-Able charity. So this is a registered charity, I assume, because he's calling it a charity. It's the E-Able charity to ensure children can game and learn new tips and tricks in a safe environment with the best quality of care. What a wonderful program. Sounds good. Alongside my hardworking employees, I've set up an Overworld Academy. Okay, so Overworld is the business. That's the esports shop where he, I assume, sells some kind of product to customers. And then within that Overworld shop, he has an Overworld Academy, which I assume is an initiative. And through that Overworld Academy, they educate and provide some gaming opportunities to children with a variety of special needs. And all of the stars that he raises on stream would go directly into that E-Able charity, as he himself has posted very publicly on April the 11th of this year. Alongside my home, providing children with a customized study program to complete from home. A customized study program, so they developed a study program. Great. This is especially useful whilst we're in isolation lockdown here in the UK. Agreed. The video shows the head of Overworld Academy explaining a little bit more about what we do, and then he gets shot in the head, blah, 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 blah. Lots of great things here. Awesome stuff. Luke team, keep up the good work. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's not about whether or not that eBay exists or not. The problem is when people question if they get blocked or cleared. This is a different, so this is someone else who has an issue with him on his page as well. Here we go. You said you'd made 60 grand in 1 month, and I was like, damn, that's 2 years worth of salary. So this guy gets 60 blah, blah, blah. I thought to myself, really giving $60,000 to kids with autism. Okay, so there's quite a lot of people here diving into this now and asking questions. This was 35 weeks ago, these people were asking questions. So already some people are a little bit suspicious of whether or not all stars are being donated to the E-Able charity. Okay, well, first of all, let's just progress through the tabs that I have open here. First of all, we're going to go to the Overworld Academy. We're going to go to the Overworld esports shop that he runs. As you can see here on the public profile, the public esports gaming arena profile that they have set up, this business is permanently closed, ladies and gentlemen. It says it right there. It's permanently closed. In fact, it's been permanently closed for a few months. The reason for that is not suspicious at all. COVID, ladies and gentlemen. COVID 2020 has ruined so many small businesses. He can't open up a business and safely protect children or anyone who comes to take part in gaming situations there, or hires the space or pays for the space. He can't do any of those things, and nor should he. You know, be safe, mask up, look after yourself, keep yourself and your business safe and your customers safe. I think that's a very important thing to do. Last thing he wants to do is get some kids with special needs sick by opening up his space during COVID. Okay, so it's not suspicious that it's permanently closed. However, it has been permanently closed for months. So, correct me if I'm wrong, if the physical space where all of these after-school programs, where all of these free programs for kids with special needs has been closed, physically closed down for months, in fact, since near the beginning of the year, that means these programs are not happening anymore. So if these programs are not happening anymore, where are the star donations towards this e-able charity? And I use those inverted commas, and I'll get to that in a minute, why I'm doing that. Why do all these star donations, which, by the way, total in the hundreds to thousands of dollars a day? He's making roughly, I think in his star, he always starts off his stream with a star donation train where they go, come on, let's get to $1,000. Let's get to $1,000 worth of stars. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's a big hype thing. And on a daily basis, Luke will make anywhere in excess of $500 to $2,000, and sometimes even more than that over the course of his stream. Every single day that he streams, which is a full-time endeavor for him. 6 days a week. I imagine he has 1 day off a week. So the money is coming in every single day. He is receiving those stars, those donations for the e-able charity. However, the business that operates the space where those after-school programs are happening and those educational programs are happening is physically closed. So they're not happening anymore. These are not happening. So where's that money going? Now, listen, Jeff, relax, I hear you say. Maybe he's got the money going into the business account of the charity and he's saving that money to put into the programs afterwards. Also, that space probably keeps upkeep. It probably requires some upkeep. Absolutely, there's some overhead costs. Maybe it's just going into that. But hang on a sec, that's a different thing, because the money that was coming in was meant to go directly. In fact, he says it on his own page that all star donations are going directly to the e-able charity, not to Overworld, not to the business, not to the rent, not to his wages, not to the wages of any of his employees, not into his monthly payments on his apartment or his house, not on the holidays he goes on with his girlfriend. No, they are going directly to our e-able charity. Business is closed. That clearly isn't the case. So now we move on to Overworld Gaming. Let's get a bit more into what Overworld Gaming is. Now, Overworld Gaming runs some programs for children with special needs. What a wonderful situation. What a wonderful thing to do. This is the official Overworld Farnborough gaming page on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. This shows the business. It shows what they do. Now, it's a child-friendly gaming arena based in Farnborough, Hampshire. Okay, we run birthday parties, tournaments, gamers clubs, and YouTube school sessions. Okay, so none of those are charity events or charity courses or educational courses for special needs kids. These are businesses, right? And you may say, no, Jeff, that's just the wording. Let's not get into semantics or become facetious. Okay, no worries. Why don't we look at the Overworld Gaming stories directly? Oh, here we go. This is the first thing that comes up when you click on the Overworld stories. Overworld birthday parties prices. So, for 1 hour hire of 10 consoles in his centre, he charges £100. Great, love that. And a cafe use for your cake. For 2 hours, 200. 2 hours and 10 party invites and a party photo and some discounted food choices, 300 quid. 2 hours plus backroom hire and consoles and VR room, 400 quid. 3 hours plus blah, 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 500 quid. So hang on a second. This is a business that charges by the hour quite large sums of money. In the UK, this is not a small amount of money. When you transfer this into US, you've got to times it by 1.5 roughly. I'm not quite sure what the exchange rate is right now, but roughly that. So 150 bucks for an hour, 300 bucks for 2 hours, 450 bucks for 2 hours plus the party photos. What this is a gaming center that he owns, operates, and runs, where he charges large amounts of money for people to host birthday parties. Now, none of that is illegal or suspicious or dodgy. None of that is illegal, suspicious, or dodgy. In fact, that sounds like a great business model. Congratulations, GG's. What a Young Businessman of the Year award is winging its way to you, Nitrolukedx's, and I can't wait to personally sign it. However, if this is what's going on here, that means this space is a business. It's not just a charitable organization. It's not just a place where clubs are run and educational programs are run for children with autism and other special needs. This is a functioning, highly functioning business charging very high prices for rental for specific parties. And in some of their own time, when they have downtime or perhaps hours free, they will run some initiatives and invite some children with special needs to take part, play video games. So again, I like this. It's a business that operates, and then sometimes they go, hey, we got some hours on a Wednesday night or a Friday night when it's not very busy. Let's host an after-school club for kids with special needs and let them play some video games on our consoles free of charge and have some fun. It sounds good. The video, by the way, that Luke plays on his stream every single day, which shows him with some of these children, is a very old video. It's a video he's been using for a long, long time. Months and months and months and months. Years, in fact. So there's been no update to those videos. There's been no proof that this is an ongoing program. This is an ongoing offer that they extend. I have no reason to doubt that they're not doing that prior to COVID. I think they probably are. Once or twice a week, allowing an hour or 2 hours for special needs kids to use their equipment. And that's not in debate here. That's not in question here. What's in question is the legitimacy of whether all of your star donations are going to the eAble charity. And now we get into charity, ladies and gentlemen, because we've established that he makes a lot of money from his Overworld business and that this is a functioning business that raises cash that goes directly into Luke's pocket. Charities. This is the official Register of Charities website at gov.uk. You can find it. You can search it myself. This is all public information. There is no way to fabricate this. It is logged by the British government, ladies and gentlemen. I myself have set up an LLC in the UK years ago. I'm going to get to that. I'm even going to show you my business that has been dormant for many years because I've been in the US for 5 years. And once you register your LLC, everything is available on the business website, on the Company's House website, and everything is available for charities on the Charity Commission for England and Wales website, which is what we're on right now. eAble Charity. Let's go back to this post one more time. All stars are donated to our eAble charity. All stars are donated. I'm pushing the point, folks, and you'll understand why in a second. All stars are donated to our eAble charity. Okay, it's a charity. It's a charity that I'm assuming they set up as part of Overworld or once they knew about Overworld. So let's find it. eAble. Let's click on it. eAble should be a simple search. Let's see what goes on. Interesting. eAble doesn't exist. That's not a registered charity. Otherwise, it would have shown up. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Let's try it a different way. eAble, E-able maybe? No, it's not E-able. Let's try eAble, all one word. Still not there. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, that this post is incredibly misleading. It's incredibly misleading. When I get told that all of my donation is going to a charity, I assume, because I'm not a scumbag, that when I give that money to this person who professes to be a decent person doing a decent thing, they're going to take that money and it goes into the charity's pocket, the charity's bank account, supporting that charity. But this charity doesn't exist, ladies and gentlemen. It's not registered. It doesn't exist. I could call myself a charity. Ladies and gentlemen, send me all your stars. All stars go to the giant 36-year-old with a massive 5-head charity. I could do that. But it's not a charity, motherfucker. That's my bank balance that you are giving me money towards. Do you see what I mean? So it's incredibly misleading. An incredibly misleading statement that is being publicly put on his page to get you guys to donate money to him every single day in the hundreds and thousands of dollars a day. Every single month, he has to be clearing at least $30,000 to $120,000 a month. That's insanity. Well, you know what? It's okay. We can have another little search here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe the charity is Gaming For Autism because he's mentioned that name a few times. Let's search for that one. Oh, what a surprise. So many wonderful autism charities here, but no Gaming For Autism. Again, a fabricated thing. Okay. When we go into the registered charities, I've already searched that. That's fine. Those are both being searched. Now, what we can find is here, a Companies House. Companies House is a website. In fact, I'll open up a fresh one right now. Here we go. Companies House. Gov.uk, Companies House, www.gov.uk, organisations, Companies House. We incorporate and dissolve limited companies, and then we register company information and make it available to the public, as it's legally allowed to do. This is all public information on the internet that is absolutely fine to dive into. So look, I'm going to go to the Companies House website, and again, I'm going to search for find company information, boom, 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 start finding company information. I'm going to search. We might as well search for e-able and just see if that's there. Again, no e-able charity here. No e-able charity. Maybe it was registered as an LLC and it does charitable things. No, not the case. Gaming for Autism. Let's just double check. I want to be really thorough with this, so I can't be called out for presenting anything but facts. Gaming for Autism, again, doesn't exist, ladies and gentlemen, as a company or as a charity. Okay, and now we're going to search for the one that I do know exists, Overworld. In fact, I'll just search Overworld and we'll see what comes up. Immediately we got a couple of things there, including Overworld Entertainments and Overworld Limited. Now, these are both companies. This one was incorporated on the 15th of June, 2015. This is 5 years he's had Overworld. Overworld Entertainments Limited incorporated on June the 16th, which means that's 4 years, ladies and gentlemen, that Nitrolukedx's has been operating his esports arena and gaming center, which charges people money to come and play at, where they were offering some after school or a couple of times a week sessions for children with special needs to come and play for free and use the equipment. Okay, so we go and look at Overworld Entertainments. This is the one that I want to look at here. It's the most important one. Now, I want to make this very clear. I, up until this point, have proven that the charities don't exist. Gaming for Autism, or e-able charity. These are fictional things. They don't exist. Now, I'm trying to find a way to see, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe Luke isn't scamming people. Maybe those stars are going to a charity. Maybe. How could that possibly happen? Well, my business mind is a man who set up a couple of different businesses with varying levels of success and has a reasonable understanding of how limited companies work, etc., and how charity efforts can work. Maybe This is, I'm trying to look at it from Luke's point of view. Maybe Luke is doing something different. Maybe Luke is taking all your star donations and it's going into the Overworld Entertainment's Limited bank account, and then that money from there is being used and spent directly on e-able initiatives and education programs. Maybe that's the case. And that would explain everything. And if that was the end of the video, I'd have to say, sorry, Luke, I'm so wrong. I apologize. Call me out. Let me give you a formal apology. So maybe that's what it is. Fortunately, because this is Companies House and this is public property and everyone is able to look at these files, public data, if I click here, I can actually see what the filing history is here, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, this is the business. Someone tried to call me out recently online going, oh, you just showed his home address. No, this is the registered office address. This is the registered office address. This is the registered business address. This should be the address of his gaming center, because this is where all of the accounting files would go, is where all of the returns would go. Now, if he's operating that business and that business is funneling the money that comes into its bank account into a charitable effort, not a charity, but a charitable effort, then this should be the registered business address. Let's have a look at the filing history. Oh, actually, let's look at people first. So we can see that this is proof here. This is Luke Mark Pickering, aka Nitrolukedx's, is the director of this company, ladies and gentlemen. Born July 1994, appointed on the 13th of June 2016. 4 years he's been running this business. And person with significant control, by the way, shows who has the major stake in that business in terms of shares. He owns 75% or more, which basically means he owns 100% of the business. So he is the sole proprietor of this business, the sole director, ladies and gentlemen, of the business. Now let's have a look at some filing history here. This is all public available documents. You can go and check this out on the Companies House website. Let's have a look. Oh, wait, hang on a sec. I'm seeing a few accounts here. This is a tax return up to June 2019. Accounts for a dormant company. Okay, well, that makes sense. I mean, this year has been a bit all over the place with COVID. So maybe the business has had a hard year because of COVID. And so from March, April, May to June, maybe in those months, it would be a dormant company. But hang on a second, that's a tax return for the previous financial year. Let's open this up right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's open up this PDF. When we open it up, dormant accounts. Now, if you don't know what dormant accounts means, it's basically saying my business is not in operation. I'm going to keep the LLC registered because I want to use it in the future, but nothing is happening with it. And as you can see by the balance sheet on 30th of June 2019, which would be all the amounts up to that date, you can see here that called up share capital not paid is $1, £1, one great British pound, ladies and gentlemen. So that means, and total shareholder funds, which Luke is 100% owner or 75% plus owner of the company, £1. So that's their returns, £1, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this company has put in as their tax return. This is what's going on. It's a dormant company. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the last year prior to that was better. Maybe the last year was better for that. Oh, wait, hang on. 10th of April 2019, the year before. Let's have a look at that. Accounts for a dormant company. Wait. Hold the phones, ladies and gentlemen. £1. So again, this company has not made any money and has not registered any earnings for 2 years. Maybe the year before, maybe the third year. Let's have a look here. Oh, wait. It's another dormant company account tax return. £1. So basically what I'm trying to paint the picture of here, ladies and gentlemen, is this is all publicly available information if you set up an LLC. And this is where Luke has done himself over by setting up his businesses as public companies, as limited companies. He has allowed that LLC to be publicly available, all of the tax returns to be publicly available. Now, I'm going to show you where mine is. This is my company, Vigilante Productions Limited. It was a production company that I set up when I made a TV show called Jeff Leach Plus One, which I hosted and also produced, was one of the exec producers on, for a channel called London Live back in the UK before I left for America. It was one of the last TV series that I did. It was great fun, and I set it up literally just to do the return. Now, as you can see, I had an annual return the year of 2016. The reason for that is I did a TV show. That TV show, since that date, I moved away, I moved to America, and it became dormant company, dormant company, dormant company. Every single year, I'm just putting dormant company. I also have the information here of my accountant's address, because that's my legal accountant's address, and that's what should be on there because that's where all the accounts are going. And it shows significant control, me, Jeff Leach, 75%. So this is just to show you that all of this is public information. This is what should be happening. This is what should be shown if you have an actual annual tax return each year. So if the money was going from his star donations into that business account and then being used from that business account to do decent things as they profess, where, again, all stars are donated to our eAble charity. If every single penny that you donated through star donations on his channel were going to either Overworld or eAble, there would be some kind of paper trail proving that. Zero. Nothing. Nada. And that's what bothers me, ladies and gentlemen. This is a young man who is earning anywhere between $500 to $2,000 a day on donations. Sometimes in excess of that on amazing days when he's taking part in a big tourney or something like that. Hey, even if it's a bad day, maybe he only makes $300 a day. That's a pretty good wage. It's $2,100 a week, right? Which over your month, you're looking at $8,400, which over the year, you get what I'm saying? That's a lot of money. That's in excess of $100,000 a year. And that would be a small amount. That's the donations I get on my channel. So this guy has got to be doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And it's not going into Overworld. It's not going into the Overworld Entertainment Limited company. It is certainly not going into Gaming For Autism or into eAble, because these things do not exist and neither of them are registered charities. So none of those star donations are going to any of these places. So I want to ask you the question, ladies and gentlemen. Where are those star donations going? Where exactly does your money go when you donate hundreds and thousands of dollars every single month to Nitrolukedx'S? Is it going to a charity? Is it all, as he very proudly displays on his own page, all star donations will go to the eAble charity? Is that where it's going? What do you think? Because I don't. I think that money is going into a personal bank account. I think that money is going directly to Nitrolukedx's, aka Luke Pickering. I think that money goes into him keeping the upkeep on keeping his business open, which, as we've already established, ladies and gentlemen, is charging a pretty penny when it's open, to have kids come and have their birthday parties, their after school events, their YouTube tourneys. I think that money is going directly into Luke's pocket. And I'm not denying in any way, shape or form that he doesn't allow children with special needs to come and use his facilities when they're open, which, as we've already established, they are currently not and haven't been throughout the majority of this year. I have zero doubt in my mind that he is allowing a couple of times a week some kids with special needs to come and use his equipment for free. And that small thing is very, very admirable. The issue is he's lying to you about the fact that all of your star donations go to that charity, because the charities don't exist. The business that he's a director of is not filing any annual tax returns. The money is going to him. Now, the only way that he could disprove any of this is for him to show us, where does Facebook, because Facebook sends me a monthly breakdown. You have earned this much, here's your PDF, here's your information, and it shows that it goes into my personal bank account. My stars go to me. That's why when I operate any kind of charity event on my channel, we set up a Just Giving page. I remove the star ability. In fact, I'll put it to something extraordinarily high, like 1 million star donations. That's the only way to make it so people can't donate unless they're going to donate 1 million stars, which people don't. And I put a little link in my pinned comment. Use this Just Giving link. All donations should go to this Just Giving link. And that's exactly what we did on, in fact, again, I want to make sure everything's factually out there and proven. Just Giving, Jeff Leach, equal Justice Initiative. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how charity should be done, in my opinion. $31,435 of our 30,000 target, which, by the way, we had to keep putting up on the day. It went from 5 to 10 to 20 to 30,000. 522 legends donated money to raise over $31,000 for the Equal Justice Initiative. And none of that money ever touched my pockets, nor should it. None of it should ever go to the streamer. If you're professing to raise money for a charity, if you are telling your viewers on a daily basis that all your star donations, you get to see exactly where they're going. Well, your business ain't open, Luke. So it ain't going into those after school clubs. And guess what? Your charity, eAble, doesn't exist. So where's that money going? This is how you raise money for charity. You set up a Just Giving page. You do it transparently. You let your viewers know that that's where the money's going. And if they donate stars, it's going to you. And that's my issue. That's why I get riled up. He's trying to call me out. He's trying to get his trolls, his community. By the way, let me make a very clear point about his community as well. I think the trolls in there are a minority. It's a minority of kids. There's a lot of people who just want to watch the world burn. Those people are always going to hate. They're always going to troll. They're always going to be scumbags. They're always going to try and kick off drama between different content creators. And that's what's happened over the last week. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about you, the genuinely concerned person who loves watching great gaming content and enjoys watching a streamer like Nuke, who is very good at a game and very engaging and very entertaining, who tells you every time you give me a star, every time you throw 100 stars, $1 into my pocket, it's going directly to this charity. I'm worried about you. And I told him, if he came after my business, and if he decided to try and badmouth me and what I'm doing on my channel or send his trolls across to my community, I would expose all of this. And that's what I've done. What do you think? I'm interested to know, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think what I've presented here is factually evident enough for you? Do you want to go and double check all of the links? I'm going to put all these links in the description of the video so you can click on them, so you can find the company's website, so you can find the company's house website, the registered charities website in the UK, so you can look at these various posts. I will put all of that information in the description below. Do you think he's really spending all of that hundreds of thousands of dollars he earns every year, which is not going into his business accounts, not going into any kind of a charity account, It's just going directly to him. Do you think that money's going to this fictional charity, or do you think it's going to him? I know what my thoughts are. I'd love to hear yours in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, if it helped you, or maybe if it stopped you donating money to a fake charity, then do me a favor, give it a little like and subscribe. And also, ladies and gentlemen, seeing as we're at it, I would love for us to finish off this video by finding a British autism charity in the local area where Luke is based. It's called Autism Hampshire. Specialist support to adults with autism through provision of registered care homes, supported living, community and domiciliary care services. If you want to donate your money, maybe you want to go and donate it to Autism Hampshire. They seem like a much safer bet, and they put their tax returns up every year and show you exactly where the money goes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on stream at facebook.gg/JeffLeachGaming. And remember, stay frosty, yeah? Ghost out.